Glen Innes Severn community, Bernard and I are here to debrief you following the June Ordinary Council meeting held on the 18th of June. So we had a fairly significant agenda and also, having to make some really tough decisions on behalf of Council and more broadly the community. I'm going to start with talking about a mayoral minute that I put up, which was about financial sustainability. It is the number one thing that Council is focused on at the moment. And you'll have noticed this in regards to my communications, in regards to our communications out to the community. So this is about phase 2, and it's about organisational transformation and performance. And really the purpose of this mayoral minute was to support the successful implementation of Council's adopted long-term financial plan, operational plan and other financial sustainability initiatives through a coordinated organisational improvement, delivery and assurance roadmap. There is a vast amount of requirements that Council has committed to, that Council has resolved as your elected members. And really, this is to do with what the Audit Office requires, what ARIC requires, what the SRV IPART approved application requires. We have committed to further operational efficiencies and performance improvements to actually meet our long-term financial plan. So all this mayoral minute was the strategic direction to have a framework sitting around it all and make sure we're set up for success to deliver that.
The most important item on today's agenda was the adoption of the 2026-27 operational plan and budget. A component of it is the various actions the Council will undertake over the course of the next year to meet the delivery plan strategies, the initiatives, the programs, the work we want to do. But of course, there was the financial side. And what Council resolved was to implement the first year of the recently approved special rate variation, which means there will be a rate increase of 21.5%. Council over the last 2 years has put an enormous amount of work into working up to this point in time, significant financial analysis, significant community consultation, and that culminated in the recent approval from IPART for that special rate variation over 3 years. It is of course a difficult decision, but ultimately it was the responsible decision the Council needed to take in order to ensure long-term financial sustainability. There was an amendment that a smaller increase be applied over a 10-year period, which was lost. I think it needs to be stated that that would not have anywhere near met the financial requirements, met the targets we need to meet in order to ensure financial sustainability. As I said, it's a difficult decision for Council, but it was, from my perspective, the necessary decision in order to ensure we can continue to service the community, improve the livability and improve the economic outcomes.
The councillors did receive some modelling, high-level modelling on that 4% over 10-year option. And just to reiterate, it did not achieve financial sustainability. It does not eliminate the general fund deficit. It does not achieve Council's unrestricted cash targets. It does not meet current financial benchmarks and ultimately results in a negative unrestricted cash position in the later years of the long-term financial plan. And that is a situation that we cannot, under our obligations, let happen. So I want to be really clear with the community that Council have made the decision to move forward with the SRV as is adopted, as is approved by IPART, and we have very, very good reasons for that. If you are interested in delving into the detail, please go onto the Have Your Say website. Just Google Glen Innes Severn Council Have Your Say. You'll see all of the previous information on the SRV and you can inform yourself. So we also put up obviously the long-term financial plan, which also acknowledged the SRV over 3 years as approved by IPART. I actually put up an amendment on this, and that amendment primarily was to encouraged Council General Manager and all of his staff to work towards pulling back, getting to a surplus operational position a year earlier than what is in there currently. So this amendment was to encourage that to be brought forward to 28-29 instead of what's currently in the long-term financial plan, which is 29-30. So the amendment was to look at that as part of the next update to the long-term financial plan. On to CCTV, so we will be putting it out on exhibition for the community to have a look at the public safety and asset protection CCTV strategy. So that'll be on exhibition for 28 days from Monday the 22nd of June to Monday the 20th of July. So please go onto our Have Your Say portal and have a look at that one.
Council annually needs to set the remuneration levels for councillors. Those levels are determined by an independent party, being the Remuneration Tribunal, and they are set annually for the following financial year. Council resolved to set them in accordance with the determination of the Remuneration Tribunal, which was an increase of 3.7%. It should be noted that that is below the inflation rate, and it's also below the industry-wide increase which is being applied to staff.
Yes, and finally, I'd just like to congratulate Elizabeth Walmsley of the Town Hall Coffee Shop. We resolved unanimously to extend her lease, which is fantastic. So thank you, Liz, for all of your dedication to making sure that that cafe keeps running, especially during key events and public holidays and other important days of the year. So our visitors and our locals can access your cafe. So really happy with that outcome, and also I just want to finally remind everyone that the School of Arts and Music official opening is on this Saturday at the Burke Street old premise of the Council Chamber. So please come along. It starts at 10, it finishes at 4. There'll be programs and activities all day. The official opening speech will be at 11 o'clock, and I hope to see you there. Have a great day.